Hi Libra, this is Monique with Puissant Ascension, and we're getting ready to look into your money. But first, let's chime. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, this reading's for you. My readings are timeless, so when you find them is when you are meant to find them. A big shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much for your support. And for everyone who's liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, donating, and booking your personal readings, thank you so much for supporting my channel. All right, let's get into it. Ancestors, guides, angels, this reading is for my high vibrational Libras who are focused on their money, their forward movement, their upward trajectory towards success, and cultivating meaningful, substantial relationships with like-minded people spirit. What does Libra need to know? What does Libra need to see regarding their money and opportunities? What does Libra need to know? What does Libra need to see? All right, beautiful. We have the 8 of Cups, the 7 of Wands, and the 6 of Wands. Beautiful. Some of you could be walking away from a long-term job, perhaps a place you've been at for about 8 months or even 8 years. All right, a place that made you feel like you were fighting an uphill battle here. You're now leaving to do something different, and you're feeling very successful and victorious because of it. I feel like you leaving a situation that no longer serves you, it wasn't a bad ending. All right, it was just a very stressful environment and you made a choice to leave, but to leave everything in order. I feel like some of you did put in like your 2 weeks. All right, if that's a requirement, putting in a 2 weeks notice, and you left with things intact. All right, there's no cup spilled over. They're all intact here. And I feel like you're feeling very victorious and happy about this new trajectory that you're moving in. So good for you, Libra. Tell us more. Tell us more, Spirit. This is for Libra regarding their money and opportunities. What does Libra need to know? What does Libra need to see? Just one card. What does Libra need to know regarding their money? I just need one card, but let's see what these are talking about. All right, so the 10 of Wands, the 9 of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. Beautiful energy. Yeah. I feel like a lot of you have, since you decided to leave something or to end something, you are now moving towards your wish fulfillment. Some of you could be dealing with a water sign, all right, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or you could have water prominently placed in your chart here, all right? So be gentle with yourself and take your time as well, all right? Allow yourself to naturally process this new beginning, is what I'm getting. What does Libra need to know? What does Libra need to see regarding their money? The Tower, okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. Yeah. So I feel like there could be some people wondering, all right, about you because you did make a big decision to move forward, to move on from something that's no longer serving you. All right, the people, places, and things that you moved away from could feel like this happened abruptly, but this is something you've been planning. This is something you were really juggling between, and you finally made your decision to move in a different direction. Good for you, Libra, because, you know, ultimately, this is your life, and it's about you doing what's best for you, and everybody else is just going to have to get in where they fit in, okay? That's how it works. Beautiful with the Tower. I also feel like a lot of you are going to be getting some good news or some shocking news, but I feel like this is shocking in a positive way, okay? So let's look and see what that is. Tell us more, Spirit. Tell us more. This is for Libra regarding their money and opportunities. Clarify the Tower, Spirit. This is for Libra regarding their money and opportunities, please. Temperance, okay? So Sagittarius energy. Beautiful. The Knight of Cups, okay? So a message, some sort of communication coming in towards you. This can be a long-awaited communication, is what I'm getting here, especially with the Temperance card. This is something you could have been waiting to hear about since December of 2023. Wow, there's the World. Okay, so this opportunity or this message that's coming in towards you is really going to upgrade or change your world. This is going to come in when you least expect it, and it's going to feel a bit abrupt. Tell us more, Spirit. Tell us more. This is for Libra regarding their coins. All right, the Page of Swords. And then the Lovers. Okay, yeah. Bottom of the deck. We have the Two of Wands. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you turned your back on a romantic relationship. And the person that you ended things with, they're a little confused. They're probably still keeping tabs as well. All right, check out the love reading that I did yesterday. You might be able to find some tasty treats in there. And if you want to book your personal reading, you can do that as well. The link is in the description. But yeah, I feel like there also could be someone wanting to communicate with you, a person from your past. This can be somebody that you let go of 2 years ago. Someone trying to come back in and get into your good graces, but I feel like you've moved on, right? I feel like you've moved on from these people or this person, and you're just focused on your well-being. You're focusing on moving towards bigger and better, right? With the Two of Wands. And good for you, Libra. Good for you. I do still feel like a lot of you are going to be getting some good news regarding your money and finances here, hence the Knight of Cups and the Tower. This is going to really open up your world here. So be patient and allow the message to flow into you. Whomever this person is that's watching you from afar, honey, for some of you, this could also be new. This could be a Gemini as well. Okay, perhaps you were dealing with a Gemini once upon a time and they could still be keeping tabs on you, honey. So yeah, move accordingly and, you know, use the information how you want to use it. Anything else, Spirit, for Libra regarding their money and opportunities? I would have loved to see more Pentacle cards, but I guess, you know, someone needed to hear this message. So there you go. Anything else for Libra regarding their money? Anything else you want Libra to know? Bottom of the deck, Ring. Yeah, some of you could have left a marriage, all right? An emotional commitment, financial commitments, long-term investment, partnership, work together, fulfilling career. Yeah, some of you guys could have gone through a divorce recently or be going through a divorce now because you've just outgrown each other. And it happens, right? Marriage doesn't necessarily mean forever. Like for some people it can, but you know, for some people it doesn't mean forever, and that's okay. That's why there is divorce. If you need it, if you shall need it. As we know, nothing in life is permanent. Okay, nothing in life is really guaranteed but death. So, you know, be gentle with yourself. Understand that it's just a journey. It's a process. It's not going to break you. And move accordingly. Okay? Butterflies, sudden change, frivolous spending, short-term loan, arts, movement, temp job, fun work. Yeah. You know, this divorce proceeding could come across, could have hit you suddenly. All right? Or the person suddenly. All right? So just be gentle with yourself. Change is good. All right? Change is always for your highest good. Understand that? We have chess, money strategy, wise spending, long game, military, leader, thinking it through. Yeah, Spirit is telling you right now during this time, don't be too emotional. Be strategic. Play chess, not checkers. All right? Really find that emotional balance. Use your emotional intelligence. Try not to overreact to a situation. Sometimes it's actually best to underreact, right? Process your feelings. Maybe you want to cry it out secretly to yourself, right? Process your feelings on your own and then move accordingly. I think it's always good to process your feelings alone, right? Because feelings can be a little like wild and kind of, you know, wild and crazy, as they should be. But it's up to us to temper, hence temperance, temper our energy and our emotions, right? So that we can move along this journey accordingly. Amber, owning your beauty, firm boundaries, happy marriage. Yeah, I like this card because I totally agree that when you start off with firm boundaries, this leads to a happy marriage, right? If you start off with your standards and what you expect and what you want to experience out of a person in a marriage, it leads to a happy marriage because people know where they stand. They can either measure up or they can fuck off, right? Exactly. And owning your beauty helps with your self-esteem and confidence as well, right? You don't have to be a size 2 or look like, you know, the supermodel on your television or the Instagram model or whatever. Be the best version of you. There's a space for everyone to thrive and to be their best selves, right? So owning your beauty, okay? Spirit, is there anything else you want to tell Libra regarding their money and opportunities? And like I said, Libra, if you do want a personal reading, tailor-made to your energy, the link is in the description. Be there, be square. Anything else for Libra? Bottom of the deck, new home. Some of you are moving into your dream home, a new home as well. Good for you. Enjoy this time. Furnish it how you like. Third-party interference. Yeah, some of you guys could have gone through this breakup because of third-party interference. But everything happens as it should. Right? Everything happens for a reason. Trust the process and move accordingly. Anything else, Spirit? Wealthy woman of leisure. We have rich, boss, abundance, okay? Some of you are definitely in your wealthy woman of leisure era, so bask in it. Enjoy it, okay? Bottom of the deck, new opportunities. Precisely. Love this. Anything else for Libra? Anything else for Libra? Blossoming. You are just getting started. So have patience with yourself and the process and do not give up. Precisely. Yes. Say yes to your desires and say yes to yourself, okay? Sacred space. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. Yeah. That's also really good, creating an altar for your spirit team, all right? An altar for your higher self, if you feel the need to do that. And I think it's always good to have a sacred space, right? A space to call your own, a space where it's just your energy, especially if you're living with others. Having your own, like, I call it a goddess den. If you're divine feminine, of course, men have their men dens, their man dens. But creating your goddess den where you can just go and you can retreat and it's your private space for you, okay? Within the next few months, yeah, I feel like there is a lot of change happening for you within the next few months. This is good change. This is sudden change. Some of you could be actually getting married. Okay, so it could be the complete opposite. Others of you have divorced or are going through divorce right now. You know, be patient with yourself. Understand that everything happens for a reason. People grow apart all the time, okay? It's a natural way of life, all right? And just be gentle with yourself. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else you want to say to Libra regarding their money and opportunities? Shine, the number 32, beautiful. I think this came out in your love reading yesterday. So yes, honey, shine. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. Beautiful. Pleasure, the number 11. All right, tap into that pleasure sense, honey, and do what's best for you. Joy, the number 16. Yeah, and provide yourself with ample joy, right? Allow the people in your life to also cultivate more joy within you. If they're not adding joy or helping you to cultivate more joy, what's the point of having them in your world? They're useless. In that order. Okay? We have warrior, imagine, and dream. All right, Libra, I'll see you soon. Bye.